Hey there, boys and girls, meet the new kid on the block. This is the Okinos AirCross. And before you ask, yeah, it does look a lot like the Lian Li Lancool 207, but no, it's not Lian Li. This is the Okinos stepping into the arena with their first mid-tower case. The question here is this a cheap knockoff or a proper contender here? So let's see what it has to offer. Just a quick pause here, because I know some of you are still rocking that annoying Activate Windows watermark on your desktop. Yeah, don't worry, that's where VIP SCD Key comes in. They've got super affordable keys for Windows 10, Windows 11 and even Microsoft Office. So head over there, find what you need, at the checkout enter my code LE25 for a nice little discount. Complete the purchase and in a matter of seconds you will receive your key. Enter the key in your Windows and enjoy like a boss. Super cheap and super easy. Check the links in the description. Now back to the video. The AirCross is a mid-tower chassis that comes in a 468mm deep, 238mm wide and 462mm tall. So yeah, it's about the same size as the 207. Basically, this is the micro ATX stretched to take the full ATX boards here. And here's the fun bit. Getting inside is totally toolless here. The glass and steel panels all pop off with a little notch system. Just 2 fingers, no tools needed. PSU shout cover, 2 captive thumb screws at the back and it slides right out. Top panel, same deal, just lift it up and it's off. And the front mesh, just push it inside and it pops outside and you're in. For a budget leaning case, this is surprisingly slick and kind of premium feeling. But now let's talk about the fans. The AirCross comes fully stacked with fans. 2 140mm H14C PWM fans in the front, 2 120 reverse H20CR blade fans, meaning they are dedicated for the GPU cooling support here. And at the rear there is another H14C which comes in the box because there is a little catch here. More about that in a minute. And on the top you have the room for 2 140mm or 3 120mm fans and up to 360mm radiators, and of course 280mm radiators are supported here as well. All fans here are PWM, that's 4-pin fans, and Okinos even throws in a splitter in case your board runs out of headers, so you can connect, daisy chain a lot of them together. And here is that catch that I mentioned. Actually, it says on the sticker as well, if you're planning to use the 360 AIO up top, just install the AIO first, then install the rear fan. Simple as that. Otherwise, you will be wrestling with the radiator clearance here. Dust filtration. You've got a decent mesh up front, not a real filter, but it does the job at least, and a magnetic flimsy filter on the PSU shroud at the bottom for the GPU intake. It's all easy to clean. The storage is simple here. 1 removable 3.5-inch tray at the back and 2 stackable 2.5-inch mounts also at the rear, tool-free with captive thumb screws, of course. And pretty much that's it. This is not a storage monster, but honestly it's fine for NVMe plus 1 or 2 hard drive users. The PSU setup here is front mounted and actually rotated like on the 207. You just slot it from the back side, just hook up the extension cable and it powers from the rear side as usual. And this is here positioned in the middle of the case, so it won't stick out anywhere. They learned this from the Lancool mistake here. This is a visual mistake, but they actually fixed it. Regarding the motherboard and GPU support here, it supports ITX all the way to the ATX boards, and yeah, back connect boards are also accepted here. Both micro ATX and ATX. The GPU clearance here is up to 400mm in length, so bring your monster here, not an issue. You also get an adjustable anti-sag bracket which can move vertically and horizontally, so it doesn't slam into your GPU fans like most cheap brackets do. The CPU clearance is up to 165mm. Cable management clearance here is generous, 37mm behind the motherboard tray, 33mm on the board side. And there are Velcro straps here, plenty of pass-throughs, and yeah, no cable spaghetti nightmares here. It actually is super easy to work with. Regarding the front I/O here, it gives you plenty. First of all, the power button is integrated alongside that front wooden piece. It's a really nice touch here. Then everything rest is actually on top of the case. There is the reset button, which is also a drive activity button, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 1 USB-C and 1 audio combo jack. And yes, that wooden front panel is actually real wood. It comes with a little certification card, like it's a fine wine, so you'll either love it or hate it. Personally, I think it's tasteful, and at least here it doesn't block the airflow. Building experience here, honestly, it's a pleasure. This thing feels premium despite being from a brand that is just entering the case market here. The paint finish is clean, steel is solid, tolerances are tight here. The cable management took me like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes without even trying. Regarding the thermals here, I tested it with the Intel Core Ultra 7265K CPU and temperatures were shockingly good here. Idle temperatures were between 30 and 32 degrees Celsius, lighter loads were between 47 to 48 degrees, and maximum that I got here was 77 degrees. Regarding the GPU temperatures, in idle state there were 27 mostly in idle, lighter loads gave it around 38 degrees, and maximum peak was at 53 degrees, so those bottom coolers are actually doing their job. So regarding the noise here, in this case, when you game and noise normalize all the fans, it is around 37 to 38 decibels. It's actually nothing much, it's pretty much inaudible. But if you stress this PC at maximum, it can reach around 45 decibels, which is also acceptable. So yeah, despite being from a less known brand, it kept both CPU and GPU cooler than expected. That bottom intake fans, they're doing their job exactly like they're supposed to, shoving fresh air into the GPU. So where does that leave us with the Okinos AirCross? So here are some pros. It has 5 pre-installed PWM fans, that's not cheap 3-pin fans here. Totally toolless access for every panel of the case, solid airflow with those reverse bottom intake fans. It has proper back connect support for both ATX and micro ATX boards, premium filling paint and build quality, which is shockingly good for this type of case. Wooden front is so gorgeous with that integrated power button, really a nice touch. But it also has some cons, of course. Storage here is just essential. The wood trim is classy, but it is also too delicate. Just avoid hitting it with sharp objects and you're fine. The radiator clearance up top is tight, so build order matters how you install things here. Just install the AIO first and then install the fan. And lastly, the steel here is good enough, but for that super quality, it needs to be just a hair more thicker. Now here is the real shocker. Pricing. This case is launching at around $80 US. This is actually $20 cheaper from the Lancool 207, so this case actually makes sense. It has same performance, nearly identical layout as the 207, and you get 5 fans out of the box instead of juggling upgrades and changing fans. But if they want to match the Li & Lee's pricing or worse, go above it, this case is just a flop. People will just buy the brand name they know. So the verdict here is simple. If Okinos undercuts Li & Lee for the pricing, and actually they are doing that at launch, this could actually be the budget king of 2025, not just another clone of 207. But if it ends up being a clone, it actually is a great clone. So yeah guys, that's the Okinos AirCross, a first case that looks like a clone but actually performs like a champ. So let me know in the comments, would you gamble on the Okinos AirCross for a cheaper deal or stick with the proven Li & Lee concept that works? Like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in another one.